the most popular sport in the world with 3.5 billion fans, but soccer is anything but the most diverse. Only 17% of Major League Soccer employees are Hispanic or Latino, according to Zippia, and only 11% are Black or African American. This evening, the United Black Players of the USL are teaming up with the Sac Republic to host a youth clinic that may change those numbers in the long term. Here with me live, former FC winger Duke Lacroix is the Vice President of the United Black Players, or UBP, to talk about this effort. Good morning to you.
Good morning. How are you doing today?
I am doing great. I'm so happy to see you. Of course, I have to point out that now you are a current member of the Colorado Springs Switchbacks, the team that the Republic will be taking on this Saturday. Now, rivalries aside, the group you represent, the UBP, is 3 years old now. Why so important to have the United Black Players as part of the soccer world?
Yeah, it's extremely vital, especially given the statistic that you just mentioned. Something that's a part of our mission is exploring how we can get access to underserved communities at the grassroots level of the games. And, looking around our membership group at the league that we currently operate in, there's a significant lack of diversity. And that's something that we can change starting at the youth level. And it's definitely important for kids to have mentors and coaches that look like them, that are representative of the communities that they work and live in and thrive in. So as a UBP, that's one of our missions is getting kids access to professional athletes, to our members, to the game in general, just having a good time, whether they choose to pursue it into their, into the professional level, or, they just want to have some fun.
Why is it, do you think, the numbers of minority players are so low?
I think a part of it's access, and, credit to Sacramento Republic, credit to Street Soccer USA of Sacramento, and to groups like ours that want to get the game to these communities. And, having people and faces that look like yourselves that are represented at the highest level is really important, especially looking up as mentors, as people you aspire to be. I think that definitely plays a role.
Definitely. It would be detrimental if those outlets weren't there. Starting at 4 p.m., there will be a youth clinic at Street Soccer USA Park on A Street here in Sacramento. How does a clinic like this help get at some of the barriers that maybe keep kids of diverse backgrounds out of soccer?
Well, especially since these clinics are free, there's a barrier in terms of pay to play going on in soccer where, to get kids access to the highest levels, to get kids to see professionals, to engage with professionals, there's definitely money involved, and not many of these kids in these communities have access to the funds to be involved in extracurriculars. So taking down definitely the first barrier is financial, and breaking down that barrier, especially with Street Soccer USA and with the Sac Republic, who really thrive to engage the communities to do so, is really important.
Some of our viewers may have followed you from your very first day with the Republic. Others may not know your story. How did you get introduced to soccer and end up in the pipeline to play professionally?
Well, for me, it was my dad and my brother. I looked up to them. They're the first mentors that I really had. Being Caribbean Islanders of Haitian descent, my dad was really big for myself. And then also some of my friends growing up in New Jersey on the East Coast. A lot of my friends also played soccer, and that came just from playing at the rec level. But really, it was a lot of mentors and a lot of people who I'm grateful that paved the way to limit some of the barriers that I see a lot of kids facing today, whether that's financial, whether that's travel, whether that's time. A lot of my friends' families afforded me the opportunity to travel to practices, to go to games, to make tournaments, to attend school. So a lot of that comes down to the philanthropy and good graces of other people. I've had the fortunate pleasure of being in my life, and I hope to extend that, and the UBP hopes to extend that to other communities across the country and all over.
All righty. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Again, that clinic at Street Soccer USA Park starts at 4 this afternoon. We can't wait to see the result. We appreciate you.
Awesome. Thanks for having me.